Hi, my name is Roman. I'm the co-founder and scientific project leader of the Sail and Explorer Association. We're a Swiss-based marine research organization. I'm here on the discovery vessel Seeker in the Florida Keys. So the goal of this expedition is to figure out the amount of microplastics floating around the Florida Keys with a deeper insight into the non-visible microplastic fraction. So this is literally microplastics smaller than 0.3 millimeters. So the methods we are using to understand the amount of microplastics found here around the Florida Keys is we are deploying a so-called manta trawl device with two nets attached or adhered to the manta trawl. We have the inner and the outer net. The inner net has a mesh size of 300 micron, while the outer one has a mesh size of 50 micron. This enables us to figure out how much of these invisible microplastics are floating around in the Florida Keys, specifically, obviously, only on the surface. So the interesting thing that we have observed specifically along the Great Barrier Reef, but also within the Mediterranean Sea, is that we can see much more smaller size microplastics. So literally, this invisible fraction is much bigger than the visible fraction, right? We do know a lot about the visible plastics, so plastics bigger than 300 microns, but we have no idea and no data at the very moment on plastics below 300 microns. The importance of this research is obviously very clear. The plastics, as we all know, is fragmenting down. And the smaller these plastics do become, the higher is the impact within the environment. Smaller organisms, such as zooplanktons, for example, can consume and take up these plastics, which is of big concern maybe. And we would like to understand this, how much of these microplastics are in the environment and who is impacted by them. So the Discovery Vessel Seeker offers us unique opportunities down here. First of all, it was super hard to get a vessel, and with Seeker we got literally the best vessel available down here in the Florida Keys. We have a crane here on the boat which facilitates big time the sample collection and also the weight of the boat. It stabilizes everything. People on board have a much easier time to collect the samples. We have a lot of space, and that's very beneficial. I would like to say a big thank you to the Discovery Vessel Seeker, specifically Doug and Carol, who own the boat, and also the Seakeepers Foundation for offering us this unique opportunity to conduct our research down here with all our crew members. And obviously, a big thank you to all the crew members who have done a fantastic job.
As a child, I watched a lot of Jacques Rousseau, and I knew I couldn't be Jacques Rousseau or anybody on his crew, but I knew I could build a boat. So I built Seeker to be the redneck version of Jacques Rousseau, and it's worked out dandy because I've had fantastic people on board. I've been following Seakeepers for years, and I like that they had projects all over the world. They had one in the Florida Keys, and I've been through the Florida Keys with this boat, so I felt some comfort doing that. It's the first time that this boat's been used for that. So big hand Seakeepers putting us in connection with it. Otherwise, it would have happened. My favorite part of hosting this scientific expedition has been the connection to the people. You know, you're getting to work with people who know their field intimately and are good at sharing their knowledge of that. So that's fantastic.